All right, man, we're back. Part two. We got the men them. Shout out. My name is Kingsley. Welcome back to the Cultural Mindset. We are back with the part two. And we got my co-host,
Patrick Capyumber from DRC Congo, represent Only One Way. We got some backup today. We're not playing that. Last time it was 3 Nigerians against 1. We ain't playing that today. Go ahead. Let's introduce the guests. Who we got today? Talk to me.
Yeah, my name is Ifeanyi, and I'm representing Nigeria.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Niger, we are winning. Niger people, we are winning.
My name is Anj. I represent RDC, and friends with Kingsley. He invited me, so
yeah. Shout out.
Yeah,
to appreciate y'all coming through, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah. So, real quick, so the women have been asking, man, why are men not serious about marriage? So we had to find out from you guys, from the men. You understand? We said they want to hear from you, see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So. But real quick, we just want to just tell us just a little bit about yourself, like what you do for a living and things like that.
Yeah, so I reside here in Dallas, Texas. I'm a stockbroker. I've been doing it for about 5 years now, so that's my career right now.
my name is Anj, and I'm doing fire alarm engineering right now, and planning on switching to automation. But I've been doing fire alarm for 2 years now, so just what I do right now.
Yeah. These are high value men. They're making 6 figures. All right. Hey, big shout out to Indigo Sky Studio here in Dallas, Texas.
Big shout out.
The first 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary coming up this Friday.
Yes, sir.
So we definitely got to celebrate. Shout out Indigo Studios. Shout out Indigo Studios.
It's a nice studio. You see where we're at, right? So
nice. One time for Indigo Studios.
Yes, sir.
Shout out.
So yeah, so we've got, like I said, we got a high value man on the panel. So let's start with the culture. So we got Nigeria, we have Congo, right? So what are our similarities in our culture as far as when it comes to marital proceedings? What's the difference? Is it similar? Is it different? What do we do differently? So I will ask you, the Congo man. So before you, if you meet a girl today and you want to marry her, what's the first thing you do? You go to her parents. I mean, what are the proceedings? What are the?
For me, as far as I know, I have to go to her parents and present myself. If I have to offer something, I offer. But it's always not to offer something. So you look good in front of your parents, but
okay,
they gotta like you, and then they accept you, and then take their hand in the marriage.
So these people pay bride price like we do in Nigeria?
Some people be paying. Some people be. I seen goats. I seen
goats. So how much is an average bride price? On average,
thinking about it, probably like from 5K the lowest, but like around 10 grand is like the average to like
5,000 naira shillings.
There'll be $5,000, man.
$5,000. $5,000 for no wonder why men are not getting married. $5,000 for bride price. Are you serious?
Yeah, we call it the dowry. We got to pay that dowry. That's some wickedness. Yeah.
That's wild. So I know in Nigeria we pay bride price. You go to the parents, they give you a list of what to bring.
Same thing.
Okay. So so it's very similar.
They give you guys a list.
Yeah, we give it was a list.
Yeah, we got a list. Yeah, it don't stop with the money. You got to come with some beer. You got to come with some clothes. You got to come with the goat. You know what I'm saying?
Goat, yeah. Right.
Not a regular goat. It's like a purple goat that has to be nowhere to find.
It can't be too skinny. You know what I'm saying?
The goat can't be skinny.
Yeah, even cow itself. They can even say we want cow, we want a Range Rover, Rolls Royce. Depending on the family. If it's a rich family, they can actually request for whatever they want. They can say we want a Range Rover or Rolls Royce. They actually can, yeah. And you have to give it. You have to. Because
I don't know about that, but
I'm telling you. So that's part of the reason why men are not. It's expensive. It's expensive. Right. Men will think about all these things. How am I going to pay the bride price? How am I going to please the parents? It's a lot of pressure, man.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So
who pay for the wedding gets
exactly. You gotta get. It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, man. My cousin went to Congo. I went with him first time going.
Yeah.
It was like a huge party. It was like, I'm looking at him go through his, and I'm like, man, let me take about 5 to 10 more years.
5 to 10 more years.
Yeah, that's expensive. He talked about he had to do 10,000, like you said, and that was just the beginning of it. They all wear suits, and they're like 6'8", 6'9", so you got to get it custom. And I said,
Yeah,
that's wicked, man. What's the
But-
money for? That's crazy.
but there's no, when it comes to paying the dowry or bride price, there's no like set amount. There's no law that requires that you have to do it. It's a family thing. Like one family can say, okay, just give me 100, and it's fine, and it's acceptable. But it's just the families, they become greedy.
Yeah,
More out of it, especially if you have money. If you show up, they want this and this and that.
Yeah.
So that it varies from family to family. So you can't really predict how much it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right. So any one of you in a relationship or any
I mean, I am.
in a relationship? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship.
Where are they from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay.
Nigerian as well.
Hey, Patrick. Your brother's girlfriend is Nigerian.
Yeah. There's a lot of beautiful Nigerian girls. No, I mean even myself. I'm talking to like a Nigerian girl.
Nigerian. Hey,
okay.
Nigeria's
It's just the
winning.
truth.
We are taking over slowly.
It's just the truth. But I mean, let me ask you this: what is it about Nigerian women that gravitates y'all to or us? What?
Yeah.
They're winning, but what are they doing right versus other African women?
I'll go first. I mean, I don't think it's like just Nigeria. I think all African women are doing well, right? Especially in this day and age. But just that what we're surrounded around is just mostly Nigerian women and Nigerian people in general. Like if you go to like all the clubs and anything we do, you see a bunch of Nigerians. So I think that's why we're just overpopulated. So it's just easier to talk to them. Yeah, but I've never really talked to any other girl apart from like Nigerian girls, but that's what we see.
Is that so? It's what you were exposed to more
Yeah,
so.
it's where you're exposed to. and
Exposure.
that's-
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll say the same thing here. I think when it comes to Nigerians, I feel like they're more driven. So you end up finding them a lot in like engineering field and jobs and all that. So they're more likely to do engineering and all that. That's closer to most what men be doing nowadays. So yeah, I think that just it comes to be that my career path, and she was also in that particular side. So it came to be as is. It just happened to be Nigerian. That's
Feel bad for the Congo girls out there, man.
Man, look,
you're not gonna see a lot of them. I ain't seen no. Can't come to this girl.
we're gonna have a quick
engineering.
conversation because I have my cousin here too. I think Congolese girls are hard to find.
Yeah.
Can you agree with that?
Very true.
Yeah.
Like
Very true.
we just like in our community, especially, I don't know if we do that great of a job of like y'all do. Y'all have a lot of connect groups where like you can meet women and
That
stuff.
is true though. Yeah.
We don't organize to that extent.
Yeah.
So it's like anytime I have my African friends and I'm like, hey, it's gonna be mostly Nigerians, Ghanaians and stuff.
Yeah.
So
They be assuming I'm Nigerian.
Yeah, no, that's true because a lot of African groups that I go to, mostly Nigerians, and I think especially here in Dallas, Texas. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Nigerians. So where can we go to find Congo women then? Like
I would say
everybody,
in the UK. I would say
yeah, you gotta go to Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium.
okay.
You know,
and that's where they at.
That's how they at. France, Belgium, UK.
Yeah.
That's where
Canada.
Canada.
That's
Yeah,
it's fine
Toronto.
there.
No, I think it makes sense because Congo speaks French, right?
Yeah,
So they go
yeah.
to French countries.
French-speaking
It makes
countries.
sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, even South Africa. The last couple episodes we had, a couple of South Africans, and they were saying there's not a lot of South Africans here. Me, I've only known like one or two South African women here in Dallas because it's mainly Nigerians.
Yeah.
I feel that's my people.
Yeah.
Right. But so Belgium, France, French speaking countries. So okay, Congo women. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So how did y'all come to find y'all wives? Or girlfriends? What did they show you to say, man, I want you? Because some of the girls from the last episode were like, oh no, you have to. The man has to. They start telling us, how men got to be. The man gotta, be looking and be doing this and doing that. And unfortunately, both of them, beautiful women, were single. So it's like, what would you? How did y'all find y'all girlfriends to maybe, of course, lean towards marriage? What were some things that they did to get picked from y'all?
Yeah, I mean, it's just for me. Before you can find someone, you gotta be ready to find someone. So I was ready to find someone, and I went to places where I could find the kind of people I want, like that quality kind of girl. And she was there too, and she was also willing to find someone too. So she was open to getting to know someone, getting to build something with someone. So that's the first step. And the second step is you have this list of things you want from a person, and that person has that list of things they want from them too. And you guys come together and make sure the list actually matches up for both of you. And if that works out, then that could be your lifetime partner. So that's how I did it, and that's what she was doing too. So she was open, because a lot of people these days are closed off. They don't want relationships, or they're just like worried about themselves. But you know, you have to find someone that's open and really willing to put in the work to make it work out. So yeah.
So what was the three? Give me three things that sticks out about your girlfriend that made you think, wow, man, I can actually, three things.
So the thing I look for in a person is actually very simple. It's not really about the looker. It's more about what's inside the person. So we have to agree financially. We have to agree on kids, and we have to agree about religion. I feel like everything else could be worked out. So those three things we agreed on, and I liked her personality and how she is around my friends and how nurturing she is. I know we want kids one day. So you want your wife to be able to really take care of that child just like you take care
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's why.
Okay. So she's compliant. She's nurturing.
Compliant is wild.
That's a wild thing to say.
Put that on the list. Yeah. So
Compliant
this is what
is
he
wild.
finally likes: compliance, nurturing, and then what else? Family values.
Family values.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. All right, my brother.
I mean, I feel like you have to be in the right place in your time to actually be looking for a relationship. I mean, I've been in places where like I wasn't serious, so like I understand why those never worked, to be honest with you. And I guess before I met her, I was serious because I thought it was time for me to take things seriously, take my career seriously. So I ended up just finding her around that time, and I think since the first time I saw her on our first date, whatnot. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I had no expectation. I was just like, trying to show up and try out a new restaurant, whatever, and then see if we vibe and whatnot. And she sounded very, very chill and very, very busy, career driven, but also very, very nurturing. Such a nice girl, I would say. So from that, we started talking about our values, family, beliefs, religion. I feel like everything lined up perfectly regarding that, and getting to know her as well. Very, very nice and very driven girl. So I think everything made sense to me, even though we're very, very opposite when it comes to personality and few interests and whatnot. But overall, regardless of what our personality differences are, but I feel like we very, very compatible when it comes down to it. So I think that's what was for me, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So let's talk about the opposite now. Like, what would make you not want to get married when you meet a woman? What is it about her that she will do, or that will make you not want marriage? Or what do you think you see in this day and age that is not making men want to commit to women?
I think it's a lot of women feel entitled just because of where they are.
Okay.
So taking shots right off the gate. Entitlement is one thing, because I feel like a lot of girls think they're like this high level that they can't be touched, but it's like, calm down.
Yeah.
We're all human. We're all on the same level.
Yeah.
So that's one. The other thing is I feel like a lot of girls think there's a lot of options until they actually look at those options and see, okay, these 10 guys want me, but only one of them is really good for me. And that one is not someone I want to be with. So entitlements, they feel like they have so much options. And two, the third thing is just they just feel I feel like a lot of girls want this, what is he going to do for me? Now, what can we do for our family to make us better together? So I feel like that's something that is a lot in our culture right now.
Yeah. So that's something that will make you not want to marry a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Selfishness.
Yeah.
Selfish.
Entitlements and too many options. And
Now, is it their fault? That's what they're going to say. Is it my fault that I got too many options?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's not a bad thing. You could have options. I'm just saying, like, that mindset of, I could talk to anybody at any time. Yeah.
But I think the women that have too many options are the younger ones, like in their early 20s, right? They have a lot more options as they get older, because men naturally want women that are younger. So
do y'all agree with that, by the way?
Yeah, it's very out there.
Okay.
Let's ask
What's the age difference? What's the lowest you'll go? How old are you and how low will you go?
How low would I go?
Yeah.
For me,
In general, I know you got to go, but just in general.
I would say 2 years. I think anything lower than that is kind of overdoing it. But I've seen people do it and work out fine. But like for me, you got to be same mentality wise. I cannot date somebody that doesn't understand what I'm saying and not the same as far as mental wise and what I have to go through, experience and all that. So I'd rather have somebody that's like mentally wise, about the same. Slightly lower is fine, but like anything below that, way below is like I cannot do it.
Okay, so mentality within 2 years. Okay, what about you?
Yeah, so for me, it's funny because I'll prefer a younger girl, but all the girls I've dated has been older than me. Because I look at it more like, where's your mentality at? Like, what's your mindset? Do you understand how finance works? You know, I look at stuff like that before really getting to, oh, this is how old she is. But I'll say like I'll try to stay like not too low, like maybe 3 years younger, or 3 years above me. But at the end of the day, it's just a matter of if I see a 22-year-old girl and I'm 28 and she has the mindset of a 35-year-old girl, I'll talk to her. Yeah.
Okay. So we're all willing to date someone or be with someone that's much younger than us.
Well, much is.
It's champion minor.
I
can't go there.
You wouldn't do
That's one
20.
thing-
Y'all wouldn't touch. Nobody touching 20.
That's what we are trying to get the ladies to understand that most men will prefer a woman
Younger.
that is younger.
Yeah.
Right. And when we say younger, we mean,
Youthful,
early,
maybe.
yeah, like 22, 23 at least, right? Okay. So even if a man is 30, she will want a woman that is in her 20s. Like, you know, this Nigerian billionaire, his name is Ned Walker. He's a multi-billionaire. He's 60 years old. His youngest wife
I saw that,
is
yeah.
20. Oh my gosh. He's got 7 other wives.
Have him buy him a drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the man is a billionaire. He has money. You understand? So he has 7 wives all across Africa. And the youngest one is 20. I think they got married at night and when she was 19. And she's 21 now. So she had a kid for him and she's happy. She goes on social media and brags about how good her husband is, how he takes care of her. Man, I'm looking at that. I'm like, listen, she secured generational wealth. And that's a smart young lady right there.
So now, on the contrary, how do y'all feel
Yeah.
when women look at you for dollar signs? Like, that's what is the top 2 things. Because one girl, she was beautiful. She was like, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I don't pay attention to the pockets and stuff like that. That definitely matters. So how do y'all feel when certain women have that mentality of your pockets matter and it's like top 2?
She's just not the girl for me. It's that simple. That's all she looks at. Because, I mean, today you have money. Tomorrow there's going to be someone with more money, right? I'm driving a Mercedes. She's going to find someone driving a Rolls Royce, and she's the one who want to get in that car with him. So it's not, to me, that means she doesn't really want love. She just wants money. So it's not the girl for me.
What did you say prioritize? Let's say prioritize.
Prioritize money?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to see where her loyalty lies. Is the loyalty just about the money, or does she love me because of the money? Because if I don't have money, then she's not going to be with me. So, yeah.
I mean, I'll say the same. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with particularly looking at somebody financially wise. I want to make sure that you're secure, you know. You don't want to get like a bum, you know, that don't know how to handle money and all that. But at the same time, I feel like money should come second when it comes to the person. So if I'm going to get with somebody, yeah, sure, we're going to look at our financial and all that. We make sure we're secure, we're good and all that. But at the same time, it can't be that, because money's not there, then I can't be with you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like spiritual wise, you got to be up there. You know, money is money, you know. Everybody needs money, but at the end of the day, money is not the resource that gives you particular happiness for the long time. You know, it's who you are as a person and where you are spiritually, how you affect other people regarding that. So that's what I rely on when it comes to that.
So last question for me on this side. So if y'all had a homeboy who was making, let's say, 30,000, 40,000, you know, and he's just trying to figure out life, would y'all, and he's like, man, I want to get married, would y'all tell him, hey man, you know, kind of don't look at marriage, or how would y'all direct? Because the girls would say you're not ready, and they'll be like, oh no, you're not ready, you're not there yet, so you shouldn't even be looking for marriage. But then the reason I ask, because our parents came here with nothing and found someone to marry, and they built together. So at what point do y'all think, even amongst the men, should we say we're ready for marriage?
Financially, right?
Financially,
Yeah. What number?
What number? What's a good number?
Let's
Yeah.
put a number on
What
it.
number? You want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first, man. I feel like, especially when you talk about like our parents, you know, they come from a different time, period, where it was okay to struggle together. It was okay to start little and grow up together. But now I feel like it's rough. A lot of guys gonna struggle out. So I would say financially wise, to actually find somebody, not only particularly care about you, want to be with you, but also want to make sure that they feel like they're secure with you. Depending on where you at, I would say if you're making 50 to 60K, you're doing fine by yourself. But when you add somebody to that equation, then it becomes a little difficult. So you want to make sure you're grinding hard to keep making more money. But if you're like 30 and 40K and trying to find somebody in that particular field, it's gonna be tough, because I don't see a lot of women going for men that are making 30 to 40K. So unless you find somebody in that range as well that is okay with that, but the chance of you finding something like that is really slim, because even the one that are making 30 to 40K, they want somebody that to be making 100 and 200K to be with. So yeah, it's tough, I would say.
Honestly, I would say go for it. I would say go for it. And this is what I would say, because money's one aspect of a person. What about the personality? What about their traumas? Have they healed from those traumas? Because those are things that take a long time to heal from, right? So, okay, maybe he's not checking that box of the money part, but with time, is he working towards getting a better job, making more money? And that's a good thing. A girl would want to stay with him, obviously, if he's a good person. But then if that's the only thing he's struggling in, which with time his money's going to grow, I don't see why that girl shouldn't pursue that man. But obviously it depends on the girl, right? So if he could find a woman that's there to hold him down while he's going through the stage, I don't see why he shouldn't get married, right? I don't. Yeah.
So I think of the chances, man. Like the chances are, let's say if he goes for it and the girl is up for it, and then over time she start getting tired of the struggleness and whatnot, and decides to leave him, and all that mental damage that's gonna do to the person is kind of hard to think about. But I understand. I'll still say go for it regardless. You never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah.
But like the chance, the risk is very is very up
high
there.
risk.
And the insult.
Yeah.
If you're making less money than your woman, the kind of insult she's gonna be giving you. I mean, it was gonna take a miracle for her to respect you if you're making less than her. So that brings me to that. I think we asked this question last time. We asked the ladies if they will marry a man that makes less than her, half of her, what she makes. So I ask you guys. So would you be okay with your woman making twice your salary? Would that affect you as the man? Would that in any way? The ladies want to know.
I'm there already, so like, so I'm there already. Okay. So like, as far as when it comes to that, I mean, I understand it's hard to look at somebody the same when they're not as where you at a level wise, career wise, and whatnot. But at the same time, if it's the right person, if it's somebody that values you spiritually and who you are as a person more than how much money you can bring to the table, whatnot. And I think you're all good. But for me, I'm fine financially by myself. With her, it's more. Obviously, by herself is more than I could ever do right now. But at the same time, she, as a person, she's really spiritually up there, and mentally she's there. And regardless of that, I feel like that respect will never go away. I mean, I can't guarantee that it's gonna be like that forever.
Can't guarantee that.
But at the same time, where I'm at, I feel like our respectfully wise is there. We both have our responsibilities. I have my responsibility I take care of. She has what she takes care of. And as far as that, the compatibility between the two of us when it comes down to it, we both carry responsibility where it's like, oh, I respect you for doing this. I respect you for doing that. And we kind of balance each other out. Sometimes I do more, and sometimes she'll do more. And that's kind of how a relationship works. And from that, I think we learn from each other, and we go together and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, I can't guarantee everybody gonna find something like that, but I feel like I'm in a good space so I don't feel I wouldn't feel any terrible regarding if she was making more money than me, because that's not really how I think mentally wise, how I look at the world perspective wise. So it doesn't affect me. But if I was getting disrespected because of that, obviously it'll be different. But I'm not getting that. So I'll
You're not
say
married
I'm
yet.
good.
My brother, it's okay now. When you're married, we'll see.
We'll see, I guess.
Oh, so you find? Do you think that would affect you? I
No,
mean,
to me that's a blessing. That's a
Okay.
blessing. I'm like, you make
Okay.
more than me. I'm making good money. Like I think we could work it out. But like you said, is she disrespecting you?
Yeah.
But it all comes with the self confidence of the person, of the guy. Right. Most guys obviously will feel some type of way, but to me it doesn't matter. I think that's a blessing. We're both making good money.
So, yeah, just like I was saying, it'll take a miracle.
I don't know
For-
if I
for-
could.
for- for
I
a
don't-
typical-
for me,
For a typical Nigerian woman to be in a household where her husband is making less than her, I mean, it's gonna take a lot for her because naturally women want a man that makes more. You know, so if you're making less, it could be the smallest thing you do. Yeah. She can bring it up. She's like, oh, you know, she start insulting. So I don't pray that for anybody. I don't pray for that for. But what I pray for is for men to make more money. I mean, because it's just better that way. If it was better for men to make more money than the whole family, I pray for every man to make more money. So, so that's one thing that ladies wanted to know, that you know, if men are okay with their women making more than them, and I did ask them that question. So like I said, it depends on the woman. And one thing a man wants more than anything is respect. Even if you can't give him money, just give him respect. He'll be okay. You understand? So, men, we value respect out of everything else. Even if he's not rich, just don't disrespect me. Yeah, okay, you understand?
I won't let that slide.
Don't disrespect me, and we good. The moment they become disrespectful, it's just not that relationship.
well, what is disrespectful? What could a potential girl that you're looking at to marry, what could she do to take herself out of the running when it comes to like disrespect? My last relationship, I'll put it out there. My last relationship ended because I felt like she disrespected me. So it was never the same because I was like the first time I ever got disrespected. Now it was subtle. It was like Kenzie said, like them shots.
Yeah.
And them shots, you know, you don't think it hurt till it hurt. And it kind of just, you know, it kind of rubbed me a little bit for a while. I was like, dang, man, like, and when we finally talked about it, she was like, you know, you haven't been treating me the same. And I couldn't force myself to treat her the same because I'm like, man, you disrespected me.
Ooh, man.
Like,
Yeah.
and she just said something that got underneath my skin. And I let past stuff slide, but I was like, nah, man, you ain't fit to get me like that. You know? So, well, what could a woman say to take herself out the running when it comes to, because we're African, bro. Respect. I think most men,
Respect.
but you know, you ain't going, that's like whoopings. If you don't respect your parents, that's the highest form of sin you could do. Like, what do y'all think about that?
You want me to go first? I mean, there's a lot of ways someone could disrespect you. Obviously, one is cheating. Another one is just like, now we have social media, just people like airing out your business on social media and stuff like that. But I mean, just things that makes the person get you out of character, really.
Yeah.
Feel like a disrespect. So.
What about things that can emasculate a man? Yeah. Especially when it comes to the money. Because when it comes to that, that's a very sensitive, you know. Because the man is supposed to be the provider of the family, right? So
Yeah.
he's not making enough, and, you know, the woman can start taking jabs at him, you know, and not being able to afford certain things. That could really hurt a man. You know what I'm saying? So,
What about social media? I know you brought that up. How do y'all handle social media in today's relationships? What are some do's and don'ts that you will accept from a girl?
Good thing my girl doesn't have social media, so it was a blessing. But I mean, I really don't care. Like, if you post pictures, just be respectful. You can't be like posting pictures with a bunch of guys. You can't be posting like nude pictures and stuff like that on social media. But you can post all you want. I don't care. Just don't do anything that makes it look like, you know, like you're being disrespectful to me. You know, stuff like that. So.
Explain that, because I don't think a lot of women understand that, actually. Like, what does that mean?
So, like, you could if you take a picture like with a guy and it looks like y'all in a relationship, that comes off as kind of disrespectful, right? Or if you have this guy friend that you're always taking a picture with, like, every day, and you never like take a picture of me or post me on social media, that could be disrespectful. The other thing, now I think with Instagram, you have what's it called, close friends. Like, if you just putting me on close friends, that could be kind of an iffy situation too.
Okay.
Just like not putting me on like your main page, but you want me to put you on my main page. So
What about if they don't put you on social media? You know how girls take you on a date and they
Oh yeah, with the little.
They show everything but your face. Is that
Yeah.
disrespectful?
To me, I mean, it could be. I think at a point you get annoyed with that situation because it feels like you're just trying to show like, oh, you know, I'm just dating. I'm not really in a relationship. So it could be. It could come off as disrespectful too. That hasn't happened to me, but
Oh, it happened to me.
But
They
my
get up to
question
my
is-
chin and then go back to.
Yeah, but my question is that like as far as disrespect, is this something that has to come in like, hey, I'm in a relationship, this is how I should act, or is it more like, oh, I'm in a relationship, this is what I talk with my partner, what's okay and not, whatnot? Then if I go against that, then it's disrespect, or is it like, oh, just because I'm in a relationship, there's certain aspect of how I should be in public, how I should be with other people? What do you think? Is it more so like as a boyfriend or girlfriend, is this something that you have to have, or is it something that you have to talk to with your partner before you counts as disrespectful?
yeah, I think it's like people shouldn't. We all grown, so we should know how to act, right? But like sometimes people make mistakes. So if they make that mistake of doing something you didn't like, you bring it up to the person and say, hey, I didn't like what you did. Can you please not do this again because it hurt me, right? And if they keep doing it, then that's where it becomes disrespectful. Because I love giving people chances, you know. But like at a time, you just gotta say, okay, this is not working. They keep taking my chances for gratitude. So
I'll tell you what's really disrespectful. That video with the on my leg.
Oh,
Sir,
my
that is the ultimate
That
disrespect.
is disrespect. Oh, tell people what happened, because for those who don't know,
You know,
what
I
happened.
think most people seen the video by now. Honestly, I'm like that. I don't even want to talk about that, man. That was the pinnacle of disrespect.
So basically, the girl had her boyfriend in. I guess he bought tickets to the concert, and she got called on stage, and in front of everybody, start getting jiggy with it.
That was,
you know,
that was in front of
the
whole world.
the whole world to
was
see.
watching.
Yeah, and,
that was. And anybody if anybody thinks otherwise,
but some girls do. Some girls be like, man, relax, like you're insecure. That's what a lot of girls say. Like, I'm dancing with him for 5 minutes, but I'm going home with you.
That is a tactic that women use to manipulate men to get away with nonsense.
Is that true, fellas? Do y'all agree? I'm
You're-
speaking for the women. I want to speak for the women. You're just insecure, fellas, because you're not allowing me to experience life. It was just a dance. I'm your girl. Oh my gosh, you're reacting. What do we say when they gaslight us?
yeah, that's definitely gaslighting because that was definitely disrespectful. So that would be a reason for me to just walk away from that girl.
Walk away. Yeah.
Because she doesn't know how to respect her man.
That's like those situations like, I don't need to tell you what you need to do.
Yeah.
So like you go out there and go out your way to disrespect me in front of millions of people and like straight up. Like I feel like any decency, any average human being should know like what's the priority to act like, to be in a stage like that in front of so many people, and what you should do, what you should not do. So anybody that say otherwise, I don't think they're there. So
Mentally, they out of there.
They're too young.
Well,
Too young.
a lot of women think, even older women, I think. Like, I don't think those girls we had on last time would do that, obviously, but there's a lot of even older women that's like, I'm just trying to live my life, and
That's disrespect.
They're not looking for a relationship. They're just looking to have fun.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it sounds like.
And that's okay.
That's the ultimate disrespect. I have zero tolerance for disrespect. That's probably why, one of the reason why, you know, I'm not looking to. Well, that's one of the. I think you asked this question earlier. That's one of the main reasons I would not take a girl serious. If she's being disrespectful, that's like a no-no for me. I have zero tolerance for disrespect.
So respect is not just
It's
mouth,
non-negotiable,
but it's also action.
Yeah,
Actions.
it's non-negotiable. Yeah, it's non-negotiable for me. If a woman is disrespectful to a man, the relationship cannot stand.
Oh yeah, that is very true.
So if it's just not gonna stand because like we said earlier, a man wants respect more than anything, more than food, more than anything else.
Yeah, that's
So
number
if
one.
she's being disrespectful, that's a wrap. That's not gonna work, right? And then you said the entitlement, and then having too many options, and that's a social media thing, So like I said, that I hear that more from younger women because the older woman gets, she knows that she's not getting as much attention as she was getting when she was younger. right? So when they get older, they realize, all right, maybe he doesn't have to be 6 feet tall. Didn't have to be.
Maybe you don't have to make all
He
this
doesn't have to
money.
be a doctor. He doesn't have to be a president. He doesn't have to
Yeah.
be, yeah. So when they're younger, they have so many expectations from men. The requirements is way higher when they're younger. So as they get older, they're more realistic. Like, all right, he ain't even gotta have just have
income. Yeah. But you know what?
income. That's all.
That's crazy. One girl, she wanted to get married a while back, and she said the exact same thing.
I think one of the girls from last time said the same thing.
Yeah,
She's
like,
man.
just have something going for yourself,
have-
please, man. Like,
But when she was younger, oh man,
Oh,
he got to
yeah.
be a doctor. He got to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
6 feet tall.
All
He
that
got to make this
stuff.
and that. And they realized that you can't have all that in a man.
can't have all that.
Yeah, there's no man that comes with everything.
Yeah.
No man is fully complete. There's some things you got to compromise on,
Women
right?
too. No one is fully complete.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the main reason why we're here. We talk about why men are not, and because they're asking. These our sisters are sitting and they're aging.
yeah.
They're getting.
So look, Kenzie's wrong, bro. I'm gonna defend the women. Hey, Kenzie wants drama and stuff, man. Look, he wicked.
You
Look,
wild.
so here's the question. Okay, here's my question to that. What Kenzie said. Do we believe that the reason women are getting married younger, do we put more of that on them not being ready or on us not being ready? Because I think I'm gonna follow Kinsley. I'm gonna say Kinsley said that it's because their expectations are higher, of course, and they want more. Versus there's a lot of men, like we talked about a guy who's making 40, 50.
Yeah.
He'll treat you right, but no, I don't want that. And you want to wait till you're older, and by that time, that same guy who would have married you at that time, he's now doing a little bit better for himself. Why is he gonna turn to you when he can get younger? So it's like Kinsley believes that it's
You gotta point it out. No,
Kinsley believes
I'm ready for the smoke.
Kinsley believes that it's the women who are making marriage, more difficult, and that's the reason why we're not getting married to this day. Do y'all agree or disagree? Is it men not being ready or women expecting
That's
too
tough.
much?
That's a tough one.
Y'all gotta answer. And again, this is Kinsley. Kinsley believes this. It is the man's fault to me, but Kinsley believes it is the women's fault.
Yeah.
What do y'all say?
So
Why is marriage delayed? Is it because of men or women?
Now we're getting to it. Now it's getting serious. It's the real conversation right here. This is why we're here.
Kingsley.
So who?
Hey, look, man.
brother,
Hey, I know
my
y'all got girlfriends. Y'all got girlfriends and friends. Hey, look, put it out there, man.
Okay. I mean, seriously, it's both parties, honestly. But
Safe answer, but you got to lean one way.
I gotta lean one way, right, left.
Don't try to be safe, man. Say what you really want to say.
What I really
And if
wanna
it's
say-
men, say it's men. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
just
what
do
you
it.
want to say, man.
I mean, because you look, okay, so you go to a bar or a club. There's women, there's men, but a guy's gonna approach women. In most cases, guys will approach the woman, and the woman is just like closed. They don't want to talk to the guy. They don't want to give the guy a chance.
Okay.
Right. So that's a woman's fault. She's not trying to be open to let guys into their lives. So obviously, no man and no woman can get married. That's one case. Then you have women. You said they have high expectation, which is very true,
Yes.
right? But with time, they realize this expectation is unrealistic.
It's ridiculous.
So that's their fault too. So
Yep.
it goes both ways. But men, a lot of women these days are like, men are not good, men are not this and that. I would have to agree with Kingsley. Women is the problem.
One for Kinsley.
Women are. I feel
Women are
like
the problem.
I feel like they are the problem. I feel like they do have this very high expectation for us that we can't meet, and then they get frustrated and go to this guy that has all the money or has that status quo and think that guy's going to be a good guy. It turns out he's not going to be a good
He's not
guy.
even going to be loyal. He's going to have
Exactly.
multiple women.
Exactly.
He has money.
So it's like the option thing with social media. You just get on social media. All these guys want you, but you don't realize all these guys, they want you, but none of them is good for you. So, I have to say women.
Women, all right. One agree with Kinsley. I think it's the man's fault.
I mean, mine is a little different than that.
All right.
I think the main cause, it has to be social media. As much as I want to pinpoint like who it is, but I feel like it's different time, man. Like back then, it was simple. The man made money. The man was the only one that would work. So the women had to find somebody that can provide for them, and all that. But now women are making money, right? They're making more money. They don't have to rely to traditional way to, I gotta find a man that has everything to provide for me and my family and whatnot. All I have to do is take care of the house, take care of the kids and whatnot. But now they're working. So like, not only are they working, but they're also trying to be these housewives that they cannot be. So like, you get to choose. You're like, if I have to be with somebody that has a lot of money, even if I have to work as well, come back home and having to do all these wife duties that are meant to me, but like at the end of the day, they'll probably feel like they're doing more. So like as with social media and how things are now, like, they're making more money. They don't have to worry about having to find somebody to provide for them. So like, hey, I'm making money, so whatnot. I can find whoever I want to find and do whatever I want to do. So in that aspect, they'll look for the best prospect that they can get with that, and also have their own cake at the same time. So yeah, you can say it's women, but I also feel like men, as a whole, we haven't grasped that time has changed. So like, we can't just have somebody that stay in the house and take care of our kids, and us coming back home and getting all these things that we're supposed to be getting cooked food and all that. It is not the same.
Yeah, but
man.
that's after the marriage. We're talking about
before marriage.
Yeah,
I mean, even that, like, they're already seeing what's happening, man. It's all over social media. So like, they're all getting influenced by the same thing. So it's like a hive mindset, so they're all moving together. We know how it is, women move together.
So that's the sisterhood.
It's a sisterhood. That is a sisterhood. And I feel like as us men, we haven't grasped that yet. We haven't figured out how to make it work for both parties. So I said, when it comes down to it, we don't know how to handle it. Since they were doing all these things, they're having all these way of thinking, of doing things. For us is, I guess, somehow it doesn't make sense. So a lot of us are being scared away. If you look at divorce rates, why is it so high? Why is it the way that it is? Because time has changed. And I feel like us men were the problem in that aspect, is that we haven't adapted to the change that has come forward for us. And we haven't grasped the volume of, hey, maybe it's not the same anymore. How can we do to make it work for the both of us with this new change that's going on?
Right.
Because if you still stay in that tradition-wise mindset of back then and what's going on right now, it's not going to work. You got to level, as they leveled up, we also got to level up the aspect. We got to work twice as hard as we typically used to, because things are not the same. You cannot make more money and accept the women to just sit there and be like how they used to, which is not really how it is now. So I feel like us men, we have to adapt to the change and take more accountability as far as, hey, this is what I have to do, to find somebody. Let's say if you're in America, obviously you're gonna have to adapt. You're gonna have to. It's hard to find to somebody that traditionally wise different. If they want to be a housewife and whatnot and all that, it's gonna be hard. Obviously, some people be going elsewhere, trying to find something like that works for them. But at the end of the day, if you're living in America, I feel like you got to adapt to that. As far as this marriage is not working, is because both people are not the same, mentally wise, and what's going on in the world. So, so it's hard to say, hey, it's your fault.
So can I ask this question real quick for the fellas? So to that, I think that's actually a valid point. Their times have changed, and I'm not one to. I'm traditional. That's just the nature of me. I'm traditional. I'm African, Congolese, Maluba represent. So at the end of the day, it's like, it's just hard to see me consistently take the role. Like, let's say we both go to work, we come home. I'm not cooking. Like, okay, I'll cook, but it's not going to be my role. And when I say I'm not cooking, it's I'll put stuff in the air fryer. I don't consider that cooking. But like, if you're telling me like she's sitting down like watching TV and I'm in there cooking and whipping, you need anything? Oh no, just bring me a water. That's hard. That's hard. Times change, hard. But that's hard. Can y'all do that? Can y'all?
I mean, I can't cook, so.
I mean, I'm learning how to cook, but like as far as that, I can make breakfast.
I can make breakfast.
That's something I can do, man. If that's something I can do for her, I'm gonna do it. But as far as hey, I'm come back home tired. You come back home tired, and
Who's cooking?
who's cooking? You know what I'm saying?
You gonna cook every week, every day of the week?
I'm not doing that. But I would say if you feel like cooking, cook. If you don't, we don't have to.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
get something.
Yeah.
I feel like
Eat out
that's
to
the issue. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people are fixed on I come back home tired. You come back home tired. I feel like it makes more sense for you to cook. We're like, but no, like you tired. I'm tired. So like,
So order out.
Yeah, order out.
Let's get that together and order out.
Order out. I mean, like
That's how we
if
get
she's
big.
down like that to cook, that's how she was raised. And
Yeah.
all the merrier. Happy you, man. But nowadays, it's not
It's
like
not
that.
like that.
It's not. It is
So,
not.
and if we're comparing back in the day to now, where things were more traditional
Exactly.
versus untraditional ways now, we noticed that back in the day, people stay married longer.
Oh yeah, that is very
And
true.
this
That's
day
true.
and age,
They get married, divorced quicker.
divorce, and 80% of divorce, 5 by
Women.
women.
Yep.
So, and statistic has it that ever since women started working, they've been more unhappy,
Yeah.
more high levels of anxiety, depression, unhappiness, and satisfaction with women. So, and a lot of women are looking for remote jobs so they can be at home more and spend time with the kids more. And after the pandemic, this has been the trend now, right? So it's like things are kind of going back to the traditional ways if you look at it, because women are. I mean, I used to work from HR, and most of the candidates, they look for remote positions, right? And most of the women that look for remote positions have kids, right? So they want to be able to sit at home and take care of the kids, right? They want that traditional role slowly. They're like slowly reeling it back in, realizing that's what their true happiness comes from. A woman's true happiness is not coming from her working a job 9 to 5. It's her being able to have kids, staying at home, taking care of the kids, cooking for the kids, taking care of the home. That's the trend now, and it's coming back slowly. So I'm just sitting back and I'm just watching, and as
think
this
it's
is
coming
all
back slowly?
unfolding. It is, honestly. That's why, especially ever since the pandemic happened, the remote positions. I mean, everything's remote now. So women they come to a realization that that's what they enjoy. That's what makes them happier. Is being at home, being able to make money at home, and take care of the kids, the house, and things like that. That's what makes them happy. Not work. I
agree. A
Yes.
little bit. I agree. Like, but then if you ask yourself that same question, like, if you can stay home all day, right, and still have resource to come in regardless of what you're doing, like, would you accept that life? Would you just like, nah, I gotta do that also? Like, if everything was coming to you in your own, you won't have to do that extra mile to go in the office and having to impress people, put your smile on your face consistently. I feel like that can mentally destroy. But honestly, I don't think women were meant to be in that same space that men are in. Because I feel like the space that men are used to be in while women were at home is that space was built for men. It was built on men's mindset to be able to deal with and work through all the things that they do. Just like it'd be like sports, basketball that was built around men. If you put women to do that particular sport, they're not going to be not as good. Athletic wise, they're not going to be there. So when it comes to the workspace, men are built more to mentally able to handle that. So when you're bringing women in that space, for them mentally, women are naturally more emotional beings. Men are emotional too, but women lie more towards that. So like having to deal with that constantly, they'd rather have an easier life than having to go in the office and have to deal with that. So that part I agree. They're going back to they're realizing, hey, this doesn't not make me happy and whatnot. But at the same time, you can kind of say that, hey, they were lied to. They were sold a dream that was not well thought out. Because they're like, oh yeah, you can work too. You can do this. You can come back home and do whatever you want and be independent and whatnot. And that led a lot of them astray because I feel like from that, I feel like that's where the divorce rate comes from. Is that fact that they realize they can do whatever they want. They're free to do anything they want, decisions, whatnot. Like, hey, if I don't like you, I don't have to deal with your crap. You know what I'm saying?
There's always greener on the other side. Or I can do bad all by myself.
I'll be by myself,
I hate
man.
that, man.
So yeah, even with that mindset, if you bring that up to our seniors who grew up in that traditional wise, it's my husband had to make money and take care of us, and all I had to do take care of the house, take care of the kids and whatnot. They're happy because that's all they really had. That's they knew what was going on. They knew who they had to be, what they were in that relationship. They had a role in that particular relationship. Now, you can't really say roles. Roles are kind of controversial now in a relationship. So
roles are controversial. But I think roles are there because of the differences between men and women.
Yep.
Like
that's
just kind of, it's in our DNA to a certain extent. Yeah. So like, I'm not like, if you have a boy and he falls down and he's crying, the mom is going to want to shield him and protect him and pick him up. And then if the boy falls again, you're going to be like, why do you keep falling? Right. Oh, it's because you're not tying your shoe. Tie your shoe and you won't fall. Right. So it's like two different mentalities that we have when it comes to the family structure that I think women don't understand. Hey, this is who they are in the DNA, how they interpret things versus us. We interpret things like this. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of like, I feel like that dumb thinking, I hate this. I'm sorry. Women started believing men and women are the same and we think the same. And I think that has contributed a lot. Kinsley pointed out a lot that they think men and women are the same. So like a girl on the last podcast was trying to tell us men how to think, and it's like, you're a woman. How can you tell a man how to think? Like, you don't understand our DNA, like how we process. So she was like, well, I think men need to so.
That's disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, and I don't think she noticed that she was doing it, and that's what social media has done. Is it made women think that we're the same, and therefore I understand a man just because of X, Y, and Z, versus the other girl was like, no, I want to try to understand and ask questions. So that's where I think that's a huge reason. Like, man, these women be tripping when it comes to relationships.
The big difference is like, women think more off of emotions. Yeah, we think more off of logic.
Yeah.
So wanting a man to drive a Lamborghini at 25, that's not logical.
So to wrap it up, so we want to gather the list of what the reason why we're not.
Why are we not?
So
Kinsley, you got an answer too. I think we got an answer.
I already put my answer in. So you said, you said what? Entitlement. They're too entitled. Too many options. And what else? What was it you said?
Kinsley boosting. No, speak for yourself. All right, why are you not married? Comply.
I'll let you make your list.
Well, why are you not married today?
Oh, why am I not married today?
Yes.
I mean, it's just, maybe this one will be the one, but just, I feel like I'm not in a rush, right? I'm just taking my time to make sure like the person I pick is the right person. So that's really the only reason. But yeah.
Okay. What'd you say?
I feel like a man typically doesn't need time. I would say I respect it. For me, I usually give a relationship about a year or so. Yeah. That gave me time to get to know this person and especially live with this person for a little while before I know like, hey, this is how it's gonna be like day-to-day basis, and whatnot. And after that, like I'm able to make my decision. But I feel like by that 1 year time, before it reaches 1 year, I already know. But I think the only thing that's gonna make it stretch out, drag out, is if I'm not mentally there or financially there yet. Okay. I feel like that plays a part in a lot of men when it comes to marriage. Is like, yeah, I really like this person. I want to be with this person. But like, if you're not financially there, that can easily
push you're not ready.
You're not ready to be there. But for me, I feel like I've been ready this since day one, man. Like if as long as I get to know you and whatnot, I'm ready, and I feel like I am always ready. I just picked the right time to
All right, so to sum it up, so they have high expectations. All right, and they entitled. All right, all right, and then what's the last one? They're masculine and they're untraditional. Most men want a traditional woman. So
please be traditional.
All right, so guys, that's all the time we have today. Hey, we got to wrap it up, man. So appreciate y'all showing up, man.
All right, welcome again to the podcast here.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back next time.
Hey.
Coach
Appreciate you
Omasi.
coming in, man.
Peace.
Yes, sir. That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.